Welcome everybody, and today we're taking a look at a new cult classics release from StudioCanal. It is on 4K and it is 1977's Weapons of Death. So this is directed by Mario Ciano, who I've not seen anything else from before, but I will be trying to find more of his films after watching this one. So this is a crime film, clocks in at 91 minutes long. I've not seen anything from the lead actor before, but I have seen stuff from Ida Galli, who was in the really rather fantastic films The Psychic and The Bloodstained Butterfly. You've also got Henry Silva, who I've seen in 15 other films. Typically a bad guy in these kind of Italian films, but not always, as he was also in the likes of The Boss, Free Hand for a Tough Cop, The Italian Connection, but also in less action-orientated films like Alligator and The Manchurian Candidate, the 60s original. So in Naples, Commissioner Belli desperately hunts down the dangerous Santoro, a notorious gangster whose reckless crimes soak the city in blood. So, quite frankly, I was absolutely blown away by how utterly insane this film is at times, which has all the usual violence and action that I've come to expect from these Italian crime films, but they are ultimately mixed in with ludicrous scenes in abundance. So we get all the usual kind of stunts, explosions, property destruction, along with the likes of, and this isn't the only elements to this film, a pregnant woman getting roundhouse kicked in the stomach, a family of three forced off the road in their Fiat 500 by a fuel tanker truck, which subsequently is blows up after falling and rolling off a verge in a bloody mess. So they're rolling over and there's blood coming out of the all everywhere on the windscreen and such, and doors flying open, and then it lands on its roof and then blows up. A cop also gets decapitated while riding a motorcycle. There are plenty of headshots, and a villain gets run over by a train while also losing his head in the process. And yeah, and then to top all of that off, you've got a character in this who is a child, who is a petty criminal, who goes from selling newspapers at an inflated price to those who want to have sex in their vehicle in public, and they can use those newspapers to cover up the windows. He then proceeds to steal all four wheels off of a Lamborghini. I think it might be a Lamborghini Hurac, or Huraca, but I can't remember which one it was. Mid-engine Lamborghini that's red. Then he somehow drives off in a Lancia Stratos that he steals, which does ultimately pay off in terms of the plot, as he then ultimately rescues our lead character, Commissioner Belli, in his own car, um, like he is in Short Round in Temple of Doom, for instance. So, yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And I know a lot of people try and make sense of these kind of Italian crime films that have these kind of ludicrous scenes and massive bounties of violence and such, but all you really have to say is it's Italian, and yeah, move on with your day or move on with the next part of the plot. So yeah, the pacing though is also on point with this film. The production is solid, especially when it does come to those action scenes. It is engaging throughout. The cast is good, and the score is well executed. So overall, I had an absolute blast with this, even though I am fully aware that characterization, themes, and a deeply layered plot are all left at the door. This is basically just an excuse to have a lot of violence, a lot of action, but also have fun with it in the process. So, yeah, this quite frankly gets a 4.5 out of 5. I do apologise that this is a little bit later than usual. This apparently did come out on the 20th of July, but it passed me by for some reason. I usually am up to date on what is getting released or not, but regardless, yeah, really glad to finally have gotten my hands on it. So there is the 4K disc itself. Now this is available on Blu-ray as well. If you're a little bit hesitant about whether or not you're going to enjoy it or not, I would recommend just getting it on that, because I imagine it will still look mostly as good as this one. I purely got it on 4K just because it is the ultimate version that is available. We also get a booklet with this release that is how many pages? I'm pretty sure it said somewhere, or maybe not. Oh yeah, 12-page booklet. So we get the new artwork again on the front, and then we get the original poster on the reverse in Italian, of course. And yeah, inside you get Napoli shoots weapons of death. The Politiesco. I can never say that. That's the word that is used to describe Italian crime films, but I can never say it, so that's why I never really say it when talking about the genre. And the Italian years are led by Peter Raleigh. So obviously, this is just one of many, many, many films like this that have, car chases, shootouts, huge bouts of violence, hand-to-hand combat, impressive stunts and more besides. One of the stunts in particular is when our lead has to jump onto a fuel tanker truck while it's in motion. So he's in his car, climbs out onto the back of the tanker truck that has a ladder, walks across the tanker trucks and then onto the roof, and then swings into the cab itself. And that is another aspect of this that really did heavily remind me of Indiana Jones, the first film, where he does that as well when trying to get the Ark of the Covenant. Yeah, that's what another scene that really reminded me of Indiana Jones, outside of our criminal version of Short Round. And then there's new extras on this release as well in terms of the special features. So you got Napoli Spara, The Brutal World of the Italian Crime Film, a video essay by Will Webb. Then you got an audio commentary with filmmaker historian Steve Mitchell, historian Troy Howarth, and Mondo Digital's Nathaniel Thompson. And then you got Leonard Mann, Napoli Spara Revisited. Then you got Naples Under Fire, an archive interview with Mario Ciano, and then non-new extras to this release are an intro by Jean-Baptiste Foret, a stills gallery, and the original trailer as well. So, yeah, all in all, a really, really impressive and highly, highly entertaining film, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to finding out what other films that the director has done before. So, yeah, and like I said, I'll definitely seek them out if there are any available out there. So, yeah, this is one of two films that are in the Italian crime genre that StudioCanal released via their Cult Classics line, and we'll be looking at the Counselor as well that they have done. But that is for another video. But nonetheless, if you have seen Weapons of Death before, let's hear your thoughts on it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.